Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to the Talking Nonsense About Impact Wrestling podcast. Cross the line in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 49 of the Talking Nonsense About Impact Wrestling podcast. Not quite the bicentennial, but we're getting close. Thank you for tuning in. This is going to be a good one, a fun one. It's the last one until Slammiversary, 7 days if you're watching it live with us here on Twitch, and we thank you for that. But let's get it started. With me are I've been thinking about this one, the Bram and Eddie Kingston to my James Storm. It's Max and Craig, everyone. Max.
I don't know which one of those
the
I want to be.
non-British one is who you would be.
I'm not even sure.
But none of them are good, though. So usually I pick the better of the two crappy people. I don't like any of those.
We are the DCC. We are the TNAIW. We're excited. And, of course, we're stalling to let some people in the chat room, because obviously the chat room brings the fire, and that's what sparks our talking. But before that, let's go to what's I deem the most important part of the show, because it's always a hoot. Max, what you watching, buddy?
Well, I am watching some UFC prelims because tonight is UFC. I figure us right into UFC, good lead-in for the UFC. Hopefully that bum Conor McGregor gets knocked out again.
You know,
he has one more win than I do over the last 4 years in MMA. So, I mean, that's...
Craig, do you give a fuck about any of this?
Craig only cares about one thing, and it's tomorrow afternoon at 3 my time.
8 p.m. my time.
8 p.m.
Holy shit. I haven't said this yet, but it's coming home.
I don't know, man.
We'll see. England. And we all know that if England wins, we're one step closer to Sami Callihan regaining the
might
Impact
happen
title.
For that one part.
I heard Ben Simmons is hitting 85% free throws this summer in practice.
Craig has
so
no
he's
clue
getting
what you're
closer.
Talking about. But one, Craig, I wish you the best, but
that
there are no better floppers than Ric Flair in this world besides the Italians. So I don't know, man. I hope for the best for you. I'll be watching. Yeah, we're going up against a lot. Hey, guys, what's up? Rolling in the chat rooms here. And to our audio listeners, thank you as well. Our numbers stay consistent there. You guys rebound with us, and Craig will get into the numbers in just a moment. But we love you all. It was a fun episode last week. It's going to be a great episode tonight. It's the go-home show. So we got a lot to talk about and a fun game at the end of Impact Dictionary. Not a clever title, but I hope a clever game. I'll explain it at the end, but some really funny stuff. So we went over what Max is watching. Craig, why don't you kick it into what you've been doing, I guess?
Not a lot. Just the truth. Nothing. But I guess we can kick this off now. So, yes, it's me. It's the MIC Craig, aka Mr. Impact for the TNAIW channel. And as if you didn't know already, you can find us here, you can find us there, you can find us down there, everywhere. Facebook to Twitter, YouTube to Sounder to Spotify, and everywhere you get your podcasts. We have lots coming up post Slammiversary, so keep tuned for that. Drop us a follow here if you don't already. Help us on the road to affiliate. If you don't already, subscribe to us on YouTube. It's just takes 2 seconds out of your time and it helps us a lot. 200 by Slammiversary. Keep my fingers crossed for that. We also have follow us on Spotify as well. Again, takes 2 seconds, but it helps us a lot. And just share us wherever you can.
Riveting, Craig. Craig with the spirit in him. It must be tomorrow's game.
It's Christmas.
Oh, for you,
Eve.
Yes. Okay. Understandable.
This is
understandable.
Christmas
Slammiversary. I guess next Friday will be my Christmas Eve.
So serious question, Craig. When England wins, are you going to cry?
It's okay to say yes.
Yeah.
I had a tear after semi-final, so I probably will.
Like, I can only imagine England winning would probably be just slightly less exciting for you, as if AJ Styles showed up at Slammiversary for me.
It'd be tears either way.
And basically,
Oh man! All right, we got a lot to talk about, guys, and we're just spitting the nonsense. Hey, but going by the numbers, yeah. So really great improvement as always on Twitter, and I want to thank at Misery Eater 101 Cody, one of the TNAIW OGs and still a friend of the show. He did our Twitter takeover, and in the chat right now as Villain Killa, and on Twitter as Lucha Doncic will be taking over on the Go Home show for Slammiversary. So this Thursday, it will be Lucha taking over there. I will be in the Twitch room, which was interesting. My first time in the Twitch chat live, and so,
did you get any arguments?
No,
with
because I'm
anybody?
34. So I'm not really big on that. I do get a lot of just like, does this happen every week kind of shit.
I'm 37 and I argue with people on Twitter all the time. I don't understand what age has to do with anything.
You should not give a shit what anyone else likes or cares about. And that's how I feel. But there are a lot of motherfuckers on there that care what what other people like and dislike. It's really weird. I feel really old on it, but thanks to the ones that were nice to me. And I got 1,000 points, whatever that means. I don't know. So yeah, talking about numbers, 27 up on Twitter. We are at 173, which is +6. We are 27 away for Slammiversary, and being realistic, we probably won't hit that. But it is something I want to keep going for, and I want to thank everybody from Combat Republic to Lucha himself and Hakeem for everyone that retweets everything we do and is getting those numbers up just by hitting a button. We appreciate it, guys. It actually means a lot to us. And 68 plays and 81 on podcasts, so we're still balancing out. We love it. We thank you. And this is the transparency we want to keep. We tell you where we're at in this journey, and we bring you along with it. And we're excited to do that here. +3 from last week on Twitch. Thank you there. We're just the journey continues, and we'll be at Slammiversary. We'll be doing a vlog for that. Max and I will be there. A whole group of us. It's up to 15 now in our chat group. If you are going to Slammiversary and you don't know anyone else, or even if you do, or even if you don't listen to the show, or you don't like us, or you're here just to give us that one thumbs up every week, I know who you are. Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Yeah. We get more than one thumbs up.
In the treehouse. I should make a show about it. Yeah, no matter what you feel about us, I got a week planned. I will give that to you guys Monday in the chat group of just discounts and stuff Ross had talked about and places we can go and attack, and some little stupid games that you see at the end of the show I'm bringing live for us to play just to break the ice, because I'm, as a nerd, very awkward on first meet, and I think it will help everybody kind of bond and laugh at ourselves, which is always healthy. Craig, I'm out of breath. Why don't you wrap this up for us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, real quick. I know I'm going to interrupt Craig, but if you are one of the 15 people that is coming with us, please shout.
Yeah, it's important. It's important. I don't want to give Max shit, but I kind of want to give him extra. But it is important. Oh, I know what we what we forgot to do. Craig, will you do the honors? For okay.
Yeah. I hope we
so.
have this right.
I hope that's
the right one.
I don't think
so. If not, I can only apologize. But I believe we have some new countries listening, so I guess I just hit play and you.
So we're good. This will be our new tradition.
If this goes right, keep everything crossed for us. It's coming. It's
that Worcester Wi-Fi. I don't know if this is it or this is offensive, but thank you, Nigeria. You are now part of the TNAIW family. All right.
And I believe we have one more.
And also welcoming to the TNAIW family. Finally, I forgot who was the person who said they were from Canada. I apologize. I will get their name and I will either dub it in or we will put them out on Twitter as a big thank you. But finally, we could sing along with Petey Williams. I'm pretty stoked about that. Is this it? The fuck? All right. No offense to the Canadians. I think Brooke Hogan's singing that fucking version. Jesus. Craig,
We should have gone for the Bryan Adams
oh,
one where he
Jesus.
messes
Well,
up
I want to
the
thank
words.
Nigeria and Canada for being two new members of our global force outreach. If you got any, we got some gold you can buy if you want to. We're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back. There we go, right? Better? Testing 1, 2. Okay, there we go. Thank you to the TNAIW Rankings Committee. Not thank you to Craig's bunny. Was that what that was? Your damn rabbit, Craig.
Yeah.
It's very annoying.
Yeah.
We're going to name him...
She just decided to kick her cage.
We're going to
some
name
reason.
him Grado. Annoying little thing. But yeah, so thank you to the Power Rankings Committee. Craig, it is your time to take over the number 7 Impact Wrestling podcast in the world. Number 1 in your hearts, number 7 in the charts.
Okay.
Are there really 6 other Impact
no
Wrestling
clue, man.
podcasts?
I don't even know where I am right now.
Oh, I was like, that's...
know of 1, 2.
Okay.
I'm not counting a certain one.
Okay.
But moving on.
All right.
It's time for those hot topics. Starting off as usual with Impact on Access TV this week. We had Jake Something defeating Brian Myers, which led to the return of Matt Cardona. Yes. Sami Callihan was arrested. Deonna Purrazzo defeated Lady Frost and was announced to have a mystery partner for mystery opponent for Slammiversary. W. Morrissey defeated Jason Page, Manny Smith, and Deontay Evans in a 3-on-1 handicap match. Havoc and Rosemary earned their way into a Knockouts tag team title match at Slammiversary by defeating Susan and Kimber Lee, which led to the return of Father James Mitchell. We also had Carl Anderson defeating Dina, TJP, and Rich Swann. And the contract signing between Sami Callihan and Kenny Omega. And according to you fans who voted on our poll, Impact this week was just too sweet. Thoughts and feelings on Impact this week?
What's Max?
Max.
We'll start with me. I liked it. I liked how it kind of set things up, for Slammiversary. Obviously, it had to. We had that show and then the go home show, so you kind of needing to get these matches out. But I liked what it did. I liked it. Kind of gave us. I know when we originally did our fantasy booking card, we had talked about, is it going to be Deonna versus a to be announced, or is it going to be Fire and Flavor? So it was nice that they finally gave us, it's going to be Deonna versus to be announced, versus a mystery opponent. I like that we have that. It's going to give a lot of people some time, probably including us, the possibility to discuss that in topic 3, if I'm being psychic here.
Or literate.
So I like that. I like psychic. So overall, I really liked the episode. I liked the whole Sammy, the contract signing. I saw that you had tweeted, "Is this going to be a first contract sign?" Or maybe it was
Cody.
I guess it was Cody who was tweeting it. Is this going to be the first contract signing without like a fight? And then like 3 seconds later,
Killed him.
So I really liked that. I thought it was a good episode. I'm really happy with how it set up Slammiversary, and the cards really coming together, and that's what makes me excited when the episodes lead into putting together the pay-per-view, especially when it's this big of a pay-per-view.
Great points all around. I wrote down like all these little tidbits that I start, and then as I was in that chat room though, like I kind of, not that I crossed them out, I still have them here. I'm still gonna go over a few, but I have a point that I want to bring up. It's like, so I think because I'm less and less involved live tweeting, it gives me the opportunity, even though I'm writing in that chat group once in every 10 minutes or whatever it is, I get to more focus on what's going on and just appreciate what's going on. And it just made me want to cross everything out and just say, who the fuck am I to complain about these things? I'm not I love Impact TNA since day one. I'm a homer, obviously, but we go by transparency here, no matter good, bad, or indifferent, how it makes us look. But I just, from front to back, beginning to end of that show, if you told me any of that happened 4 years ago, that we would have Kenny Omega, what you feel about him or not, putting over Sami Callihan on the second to go home show of a thing, making Sami look relevant and erasing all that rhetoric of, oh, does he deserve a title shot? I mean, that was a banger of a segment. And taking the almost murdering him aside, I mean, his neck, holy shite. And then that table spot right after. But in the kayfabe way of saying it, they made Kenny really, for whatever you want to say about him, is a giant star outside of here. And anytime he does what he does, like the segment he did there, or even against Moose when he won, he's making our stars bigger, more concrete, more sturdy. If you never watched Sami Callihan before and you just went with the internet rhetoric and then you tuned in last night and he's putting Kenny Omega through that table and giving him the stuffed pile driver before that, where is your head? Where's, you know what I mean? So it would be hard to deny how legit that makes our guys look.
No, I definitely agree. I know when he beat Rich Swann, I was a little critical because I felt like they made it look like Rich didn't belong in the same ring. But with him versus Moose and then the lead up to him versus Sami, he's done a great job, like you said, of making these guys look like they are on the same level as him. Was it Mick Foley who said, don't shit talk your opponent kind of thing? Like, he's doing that. Now, he's obviously still doing the shit talk. I don't agree with that. But he's making these guys look like they're legitimate threats. So when he wins, it's a big deal. Yeah. So, tons of props to him for that. Tons of props to the Impact, management for constructing this storyline and making everybody.
That's what it comes down to. I think maybe the structure or the storyline or the booking of the little part in the beginning when it was just details, of just coming together and they're like, oh, let's throw this in. Let's private party and all. It was easy to dissect that and get mad at it and overanalyze. But now as I sit back, I implore all of you to just sit back and stop worrying about, well, what happens next? And just take it for what it is and act as if it is a TV show that you just tune in and tune out of. And I never say that. I'm always the most analytical, overanalyzing person there is. And the camera. But I don't let it faze me for the most part. But I still look at that. But I don't know, man. It's just, there's a lot of good stuff going on in that ring. And the fans, and I hate to say this because it makes it look like we're trying to put ourselves over, but the ambiance that adds to what these superstars are doing in the ring will insanely help the product. Could you imagine having none of this stuff where we keep preaching is fucking good, great even, And everyone's like, oh no, they don't even have fans, which I understand that completely. It's past time to have fans. We got it. It's done. It's over. It's starting at Slammiversary. Just watch that show and tell me that those things. No single Impact fan has watched Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson in an Impact ring. EY back in an Impact ring. Moose since his elevation. Alexander, dude, this is going to be great. And not to get too far out of it, I know I'm jumping to 5, but it'll all connect eventually. We always make it happen. I don't give a shit. Put down your bias. Watch Slammiversary. They put a great, what Max was saying, they put a great show to get you hyped for Slammiversary. I don't care anymore that the matches are rushed. Look at the damn card. So...
yeah, the card is great. And as for, I mean, what if Sammy doesn't win? Who gets it? I mean, Impact's deep enough, and I know some people may not question, but if you look at that X Division title match, there are guys in that match that if they don't win, you could build them up into main eventers real fast. Like guys like Ace Austin, I think guys like Chris Bay, I think, could do it. Josh Alexander. So all these guys could, if you're looking for a guy to become, like, if you're like, hey, it's not going to be, if it's nobody we've seen, it's somebody new, they can build people up to do this. This isn't a situation where their roster is shallow and they only have Moose and Sammy and nothing below it. They've got a lot of depth there, despite what people who may not watch the product
we have
think.
to look at this as what we've been preaching. We can't have it both ways and say, yeah, we took a big leap with last Slammiversary, so we should be where AEW is. Not going to happen. But if we take a look at this and say, oh, well, we always complain about the Knockouts tag division. They're bringing them in at this taping. They're already developing Rosemary and Havoc, which I think is a great tandem. There's other ones that Craig always mentions that actually got liked by Alicia and Taylor. So they're doing what we should do, which is rebuilding our guys. Kenny Omega is rebuilding our guys. Sure, we didn't see that with Rich Swann. It's because right at that point, unfortunately, he wasn't our guy. So they're giving that to Sammy. They're giving that rub to Moose. Maybe Rich is next. We don't know, but I love what they're doing with that tag team. The other thing I want to mention before we get into it, number 2, and go over that with you guys, is Jobbers. I'm so happy to have Jobbers back. And I mean that with all due respect. Guys off the indies or whatever they may be, non-established, we'll say, indie guys, coming in and just losing. It's an art form. We always say that. There's nothing wrong with being the role player or the guest star on a show. It's TV. There's nothing wrong with it. In wrestling, there's nothing wrong with it either. And it makes them wrestlers. They do wrestle. The Macklins, the Morrisseys look like $100. So
you look at someone like go back to the Goldberg when he was talking about him wrestling Hugh Morris, and he's like, I knew that I was going to be. I was super green, but I knew that Hugh was going to take care of me. I knew that it was going to be good, and it takes a special type of skill to do that, to make other people look good. So
yeah, so just a couple of things. Team Wildish all the way. They were, and also Manny Smith is one of our newest bottoms.
Hey, Manny Smith, thank you. That's awesome.
So moving on to number 2, Impact announced the YouTube Insider program, streaming, whatever it is. How do you feel on it? Do you think it's about time they started making the most out of their YouTube numbers? And do you think this is a step away from Impact Plus, or is it just to give those fans an option if they're frustrated with Impact Plus?
That's a great question. One, it made me have to go and actually research what it is. Do I know all the details? No, but I brought along the email that we were sent as far as the details that we do know, and we could kind of analyze them together, and I'll say my point. But I'll answer my question, or your question first, excuse me. I don't know how you want to look at that as far as you could say, hey, they're going to YouTube where they obviously have, it's more accessible, it's easier, it always works. They already have obviously a giant following there that'll be easily transferable for 99 cents or $4.99. but I don't know the time frames, and we'll look at that. So either way, I think it's an improvement because it's one step closer. I know that people keep saying, well, it's going to get rid of the Impact Plus app. I think they realize that whoever signs up to that is a bonus right now. It was a premature kind of rollout. I mean, they try to do upgrades, and they're a company that's trying. Mike Cavaccini was on here and said it himself that the reason the Spike TV ones are, they're just manpower. They don't have the staffing to do and run that app, I think, like it needs to be. And that's no offense to the guys doing it now, because I don't think it's that bad. I've never had issues unless I use it on a website, and then it's trash. So I'm going to pull it up here, and it says Level 1 Impact Insider. Well, if you're watching at home or you're watching on YouTube later, you could see what I'm saying. So for our audio listeners, basically the first image I'm putting up here is the Impact Insider rollout email. They said there's 2 different tiers, one for 99 cents, and it gives fans access to fan loyalty badges that identify them as members, exclusive community posts, and each and every Thursday, the promotion's flagship 2-hour Impact television show, which is very important to our UK fans if it works the same way, because YouTube should be worldwide and have the same rules, if I'm not mistaken.
Does Twitch not have the same rules?
I don't know how Twitch is, but I know...
Twitch is Twitch.
But YouTube TV is the point I'm bringing up here, because if they're moving a lot towards YouTube TV is a big step up, and that's worldly as well. Members of the second level, which is the one that will be $4.99, dubbed Impact Insider Ultimate, you get all that above, and then you get new content, exclusive content. So I don't know if that means exclusive for the app as well. So that's interesting. The Good Brothers, Josh Alexander, Sami Callihan, and D'Lo Brown, every pay-per-view in TNA Impact history, access to Impact Wrestling's Big 4 pay-per-views, including Slammiversary, just 30 days after they take place, exclusive merchandise offers, exclusive live chats with Impact wrestlers, and more. Okay, so here's a little more information. So for 99 cents, okay, that's just, Impact's on-demand episodes, so you get those weekly. Doesn't look like live. Loyalty badges, community posts, fan polls, things of that nature. Okay. Level 2, $4.99 USD. So you get the Big 4 30 days after the pay-per-view, as we just mentioned. Wrestling Archive. Interesting, they put Kurt Angle first on that. To Abyss, to Sting, to AJ Styles. And number 4... and brand new Impact original shows, including Callahan Uncensored. So obviously Sammy's getting that re-up bump, which is good for him. Money off Impact merchandise, exclusive offers not found anywhere else, and then exclusive GIFs.
GIF.
GIF.
It's GIF.
I don't
it's pronounced
care. It's
GIF. I don't care about being right.
Graphic. Hard G.
Whatever, tomato. To use Radiator. To use when chatting with wrestlers and other Ultimate Insiders. So it looks cool. It looks like it's going to be something easy. Swingers Palace would be nice, but 99 cents for level 1 is not bad. You got to figure if one subscriber from their YouTube gets the 99 cent version, that's $4.2 million in their pocket a month. I mean, so you can't hate the hustle. Max, there's not much more to talk about it. We described it. Your feelings on it, and do you like it as an option?
Yeah. So here's the thing. As long as they upload everything that's on the app onto YouTube and you can watch it all, I think it's great. I think being able to watch it is awesome. Pay 99 cents. You can watch the episodes live. It's going to help grow their audience. People can no longer say, oh, it's on whatever middle of nowhere channel. Cool, man. Pay 99 cents and you can watch it on YouTube. Like, you may not have Twitch on whatever streaming app you use, but everything has YouTube. I can get it on my Roku. I can get it on my Fire Stick. So it's super easy to find. It's super easy to watch. So there's no more excuses for people there. And It is. I mean, I like the app. I haven't had any issues with it using it on my Roku, but I know some people have. And if that's the issue, if it's more reliable on YouTube, or it's got to be more reliable, getting the pay-per-views 30 days after, that's cool. I don't think that's a huge deal because let's be realistic. As long as if I'm watching the shows every Thursday, then watching a pay-per-view 30 days after I already know what happened on the upcoming show is like that. It doesn't really matter because I'll watch them live anyway, but it's still cool that you can get access to them for only 99 cents. So I think it's a really good thing, and I definitely think it'll help grow Impact. And I do hope that it's a step towards a bigger streaming Paramount or something like that.
It makes a great point. It helps out the international fans, if I'm not mistaken, with the laws there.
Yeah.
If YouTube is worldwide.
Yeah.
This it is, but not what is it called? There's no differences or filters or anything.
It's it's not region based.
It all goes from to the same, which makes it a lot easier because the Impact Plus app on my tablet doesn't stream, can't be cast to my TV.
First world problems
every
man.
day.
It'd be cool if they put into improving the app, but here's the thing: like WWE, they got rid of their
There's
app.
a reason.
It's now Peacock.
Not over here.
Oh, really?
Like, but over here, I'm just saying in general, like they moved their entire app to Peacock. So to me, it's just a natural step to say, hey, let's basically take our app and put it onto a streaming platform, because then we don't have to worry about hosting this stuff. We don't have to update it. They're responsible for it, but we still get the money.
Really quick, we got to move on. But Craig, just so you know for future reference, if we say they got rid of it, the Americans are the center of the world in our minds, that no one else exists. So
yeah.
So
I mean, we're getting ready to change the Olympic rules because of a sprinter. So yeah, we don't care about you guys.
All right.
All right, so moving on. Hopefully we keep this one short and sweet, but we'll soon see. Do we expect Mickie James to be the challenger for Deonna Purrazzo and her Knockouts Championship at Slammiversary? Max.
I'm torn. I have it between three people. Well, yeah. Either Mickie James, Chelsea Green, or one of the Iconics. I feel like Mickey's the big one just because of name value. But at the same time, I'd rather it be someone younger who I feel like can win it and then is going to stay with the company, because I don't think Mickie James is. I think she would kind of come back for this one match, maybe, and then leave. So if it's her, I don't know if she's. I'd rather it be somebody else. I would love it to be one of the Iconics, and then when they win, they basically do a Freebird Knockouts champion where either one of them can defend it.
Like Lay Cool.
Yes, exactly.
Oh. Yeah, I'm down for that.
So that's my hope. That is going to be my prediction.
Yeah, so the immature asshole in me wants to say 69% that it's Mickie James. But that silliness aside, that nonsense aside, I gotta get better at using the word, plugging our stuff. I still think that's the odds. There's too many clues, too many obviouses. The tapings are right after. I said obviouses. Here's my other percentage, though. I will stick with 69 just because I'm an asshole. 69% for Mickie. I don't think it's an Iconic at all. I don't have that on my radar. Until you said that, I was like, oh shit. I do like the Freebird rule though, and I like that for the tag titles, but I don't know about the singles. The other one, no, that's stupid. Yeah, I keep seeing Killer Kelly, but I don't think the timing matches up as far as her being back here yet. And would they do that in Gail Kim's? Okay, so here's where I'm stuck, and I don't want to know how I want to put myself out there. on this guy. I'm gonna say Awesome Kong. I think the way Gail Kim delivered the message, and I could be overthinking, but she's not with AEW anymore. She's not on their roster page. She's out of her contract there. I kept hearing she was retired. She's retired. I can't find anything that says it. I reached out to a couple, but I didn't get anything back. I think I'll say 11% there, and the rest is a mix of those, that Max is alluding to, the originally rather, excuse me, the buildup of someone perceived lesser, Kimberly, Sue Young, a Killer Kelly, and Frost again, so whatever it may be, somebody that's on the upcoming, and then throw Taylor Wilde in there some way, some reason. But if it's Tessa, I would shit a brick.
What would you do if it was Velvet?
Walk out.
Would you be more excited about Velvet or Santina Morella? Santino's
Velvet.
cousin.
Well, no.
More okay.
I would be more happy, excited about Santina, because that would be some funny shit.
That shit would be hilarious.
Because it would be so out of the blue. It'd be like, why is this happening right now? I wouldn't think it was really happening. But Velvet is obviously a better for everybody else. I take nothing away from her appeal to other people. I get it. I don't think she wrestles anymore, but it's just not my cup of tea. She's not my cup of tea. I just made you laugh. Is that the first time? I'm so happy, Bert. I'll put that on with the flags. I mean, but yeah, Deonna's. So it's just, I don't want to put myself out there and say Awesome Kong, get my hopes up, or put any inkling of it into the world, and then it'd be a disappointment. But I don't know, man. Gail, the person we're not mentioning is Chelsea Green. Did you mention her? Okay, sorry, I was too busy seeing if I had the balls to say Awesome Kong. I don't know why that bothers me so much, but Chelsea,
I feel like it's going to be her or Mickie.
I would
feel
say
like they're the
that is big, and
ones.
I totally forgot her. I totally blanked out on that. I was thinking when Cardona came back last night, though, and we keep seeing those stupid replays. They're not stupid. Originally, when you watch them, they're great, and then on Twitch, then you see them so many times, you're just. But Davey turning, and with Angelina, that moment, it would be kind of cool if Chelsea came and was that for Cardona. He needs that something. We always say it. He needs that edge. He's doing the thing with Gage, or did the thing with Gage. He did that awesome thing with EC3. That could be a cool pairing. So I don't know if she would be there, but they are good friends. So I digress. So you're good. Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, I'll go 60% Mickie.
Okay.
30% Chelsea, 10% one of the Iconics. That's my breakdown.
I'll stick with my original for Mickie. So 69 there. I got 31. I'll go 15 on Chelsea, 15 on Taylor, and then 1 for Awesome Kong.
Okay.
I guess if it's Chelsea Green,
Bert
in a wig.
He just runs out and hits her in the face with a chair,
Tumalina,
and then covers her.
I think we get a yes as a Knockouts champion.
Yeah.
All right.
Get your underwear ready.
Moving on. Reports there's a big push coming for the walking weapon Josh Alexander, and obviously with Moose confirming he has re-signed and rejected a move to WWE. Do we think this is a ploy to keep Josh in Impact, or do you think this is Josh's last? Is Josh's contract up? Like many people are reporting. Do you think Impact see something in him that they want to push him to the moon, or is it like Moose, keep him around, then make them a big star?
Jeff, I know we're in a little bit of a time crunch here, so I'll be quick with it, but I gotta give it the the passion I have for this question. I like this question a lot because I see a lot, and especially in the Twitter, oh, if we could re-sign this person. People always forget that the people we are signing. Josh Alexander was less than 2 years ago. Okay, the people we're talking about right now were less than whatever. You know what I mean? So the people that are still there, Moose, as he just mentioned, re-signed. So wrapped in that is we can keep people. So it's not a matter of us hoping he stays because he gets a push anymore. Does that make sense? That's where I'm trying to go with it. We always felt like, oh, they give him the title and hope to God. Like, that was the rhetoric. They give him the title right before they leave to go to another company. Besides, who broke the curse? Or left, excuse me. Sammy? Sammy's the only one that stayed? Well, Rich now, but... and Morrison and whoever else. So they can't say that anymore because these people are staying and they are seeing that. I hope, I can't speak for them, but with the Moose scenario and rolling into Josh Alexander, who we were talking off air, we do think 2 years would be coming up rather soon that he's been there. One, there's outside interest for these guys. But at the same time, they're looking to their left and their right and saying, I'm creatively fulfilled for the most part, or I can be creatively fulfilled because they give me the opportunity to sink or swim on air with my own ideas. Because a lot of these you hear in interviews, them going back and forth creative or coming up with their own stuff and pitching it, and it usually working. So you got that aspect to it. And then on top of it, you say, okay, AEW's filling up. Does Josh look at the picture and say, well, one, he's going to bet on himself if anything, because he's the fucking man. I always say that. But AEW's getting clogged. There's a little logjam there. These guys, I think, are starting to see that, okay, let me do what's best for me. 2 years, another 2 years, stay with the artistically fulfilling company and Impact Wrestling, help it grow, be part of that, and then the opportunities will either for a raise or to stick along with us will still be there. So I'm not nervous if they give him a push, if it's going to result in him leaving, is my point. But I don't want him to be pushed yet to that level. Do I think he's there? Yeah, I think he could be there. They could do one little storyline and he could be our champion. I have no problem with that. Option C is obviously the quick way to that.
That's what I'm thinking.
But at the same time, when he talks in interviews about wanting to be the best X Division champion or named with one of them of all time, I would think he would want to stick with it and build that up. And with people being mentioned that he mentions about wanting to wrestle Buddy Murphy, the former Kalisto, them are some bangers that he can have to really make that happen. Or get back to that AJ, Joe, Daniels era that we all talk about in folklore.
All right, so I am frozen on screen.
Oh, yeah,
so
you are.
Just want people to know that I'm not, doing the mannequin challenge or anything. My picture froze. So hopefully people can hear me. My mic didn't cut out, but we'll see. So here's the thing. When they mean pushing, I'm wondering, do they mean a world title run? Because he's already pushed as an X Division champion. And they can already, if he wins at Slammiversary, he could just be a dominant X Division champion. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they have to say, hey, we're going to make you a world champion. I mean, he's already gotten a singles run. They made him a champion. They gave him an hour-long match on Impact. So to me, he's already getting pushed. I don't think he's going to leave. I think he understands. I think Impact is putting something in him. This isn't the same thing as Ethan Page, where you kind of got the idea he's leaving and then he kind of like did some stuff, but they didn't push Ethan Page before he left. They did the whole Karate Man thing that he hated, which made me question his lack of judgment.
Still a work.
Yeah, but so I think I do think he'll get pushed. It wouldn't surprise me if he loses the X Division title at Slammiversary if he ends up maybe not winning the title but getting a shot, because they have to have some type of matches before Bound for Glory, which I'm assuming if Sammy doesn't win it back, Bound for Glory is going to be where it happens.
Right.
And I feel like Josh versus Kenny would be an absolute amazing match. So I think they would probably put it in between that before Moose rises up and takes back the Impact title.
Yeah, great point. But I don't want Josh to lose. I would love for him, I think, to maintain and to be that dominant figure he wants to be in the X Division. He has to beat all these guys.
Oh, I hope he does. I hope he wins. I'm rooting for him. But I'm saying if he does lose it, then I could see them giving him a title shot.
Our odds aren't in his favor, though.
So.
I think it's going to be Josh retains at Slammiversary, faces Kenny at the next Impact Plus special, champion versus champion thing. I think Kenny's going to squeeze in the matches he wants to have before leaving after Bound for Glory.
Fair.
So moving on to the final one. Speaking of Slammiversary, how big of a deal do we think this is going to be for Impact, Max?
Well, assuming everything goes well, I think it's going to be huge. I think obviously they're going to get some big talent. I think you'll probably see the IIconics. I think you'll probably see Chelsea Green, maybe not at Slammiversary, but coming. I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, what's his face, whatever his name is now, Tommy End, whoever appeared on AEW right away.
Yeah.
So people can get that done. So it wouldn't surprise me if somebody like Buddy Murphy shows up. So I think you've got some options at grabbing some big talent, which will be exciting. And then I think that the matches themselves, it's the chance to, with fans, to show people once again that Impact is a great product. You put Sami Callihan in there, and he goes toe to toe with Kenny Omega. It's now, man, Moose went toe to toe with Kenny Omega. Sammy went toe to toe with Kenny Omega. Okay, these guys Impact has stars. Yep. It's not just a one person show and everybody else is meh. So I really think it's a chance for them to kind of launch, especially with the YouTube thing happening. I think it's a chance for them to launch and continue to grow their audience. And I think we could also really kind of see, we haven't talked about it, but is New Japan. I think somebody from New Japan is showing up at Slammiversary. If they're not going to have a match, they're at least going to show up. I'm still holding out hope that it's going to be somebody from Bullet Club. So nobody can see me because my thing is frozen. Fingers crossed that it's somebody from Bullet Club. But I definitely think it's going to be a stepping stone, because I would say last Slammiversary was a stepping stone into a great year for them despite the pandemic. The product has delivered every single week. So I think this is just another step. Now that fans are coming back, it's just another step in the right direction for them.
Yeah, and I know I said I was going to be short on the last one, and I rambled. So I'll make this one.
You always ramble.
I know, it's a problem. I don't have friends around me.
Do you ramble because you don't have friends? You don't have friends because you ramble?
It's a little bit of both, I imagine. Okay. Yeah, they told me it's a sign of genius or schizophrenia, so we'll see. Hoping for the latter, right? No, wait, no. Okay, so yeah, I'll make this short. Yeah, obviously Max alluded to it. Aleister Black, Tommy End, Malachi Black debuted in AEW, Andrade before that. So all these bigger names that you cross your fingers for, knock on wood, aren't going to come. I think we've established that. They didn't put the post-show things anymore after Joe stuck with NXT or went back to NXT. So I'm not going to throw stuff out there, and I think that's why I was a little bit cautious with the Awesome Kong thing. I'm not going to throw stuff out there that I don't think really has a possibility of happening. I think sometimes we build ourselves too much up, and we don't look at it and say, holy shit, this is good.
No longer frozen, by the way.
Hey, there you are. Audio listener said, who cares? So anyways, the Max has a great point. Anyone, and I looked into this a little deeper, anyone who wanted their 90 days to be shortened or erased, they could. You just obviously don't get that pay. So if Impact really wanted someone badly enough, and the person's like, I'm trying to collect my money. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but Impact can say, hey, we'll pay half, let's go, or full, whatever, let's get you in. I don't see that happening either. Could it happen? Yes. I don't really see that.
Buddy Murphy.
But if you are someone like Buddy Murphy, where your downside, whatever, is probably not that much to begin with, or maybe it is, I don't know. I would say screw it and let me go be a big headline at this pay-per-view. Because I think whatever he comes into and does, I think he will be a star, Max. I bow to you on that. I give you that. Blake is yet to see that.
He's the Marty Jannetty of the group, I understand.
But the one thing I want to hit really quick is, excuse me. The New Japan thing is a great point. We're forgetting the fact that has been, one, they have done us solids from the get. Finjuice, Kojima, El Phantasmo before that. So these guys that came over and we thought, oh no, it's gonna be like AEW. Respected it. It was a back and forth. It was an actual partnership. So the chance, and this isn't looking at the schedule anymore. I don't want to know where they are or what's going to happen. I know Ibushi's injured, which is unfortunate. Get well soon to him. But who's to say that Sammy doesn't lose? The elite are there and they're cheering and we all boo. Slam! How could you end Slammiversary like that? And out comes Okada. Is anyone really going to complain? Is anyone going to say that this wasn't a big deal? And I saw a lot of that chirping, and that's where I'm getting at, is just, let's just enjoy it. Let's not set our standards too high. Let's just appreciate what happens, and let's cross our fingers and get ready for, hopefully, Bryan Danielson. So.
I will say this. Now, I don't watch AEW, but I read a recap. I'm pretty sure that when Carl Anderson challenged Moxley for the U.S. title, he mentioned that the title needs to come back to Bullet Club. Now, obviously, Kenny Omega isn't part of Bullet Club. He got his ass beat out of Bullet Club. So I'm still convinced that at some point when Bullet Club shows up, the Good Brothers are going to turn on Kenny Omega and realign themselves.
I like that. And I buy it. I buy it.
So, and he also wrestled. I'm pretty sure he wrestled in New Japan Strong. So they're also exchanging talent with New Japan. So
let's wrap this up.
Yeah. So just on the 90-day thing. If according to Wrestle Talk, if Joe Biden's got anything to do with it, then this 90-day compete clause won't exist anymore.
Well, so their 90-day non-competes are. The reason why they are what they are is because they pay you. They say, hey, we're going to release you in 90 days. They pay you for 90 days. You still work for WWE. They just don't have you on television. They tell you to sit your ass at home, and they pay you your downside contract for 90 days. It's not them firing you, saying you don't get anything, you can't do anything for 90 days. That's actually what Brock Lesnar challenged when he wanted to go to UFC, and they basically, he's like, I can do what I want. That's the issue with WWE. They don't fire you. They say, hey, we're going to release you in 90 days. Here's 90 days worth of pay. And the reason they do that is so that you can't capitalize on your momentum and go right to Impact or right to AEW. They say, hey, we'll keep you off TV for 90 days so you can cool off, and then you go someplace. That's the way it works. So it's not a true non-compete. It's just you still work for WWE for 90 days.
And I'm the Rambler. We'll be right back after this commercial. All right, we know the date. It's 7 days away if you're listening live right now with us. We burn a lot of time. I don't know if we're going to go over, but we're going to play a fun game that I will pop up in just a second. I'm a little behind. Hey, there we go. It's called Impact Dictionary. So this one's a little silly. And that's what we wanted. This is our go home show. We obviously will not be live next week. We will be in Nashville for it. You will get to see some really cool weird shit from us after that, and kind of a revamping of a lot of our things here, and some cool guests and stuff coming up, as well as new shows. But and we'll be doing a live, well, not live, excuse me, a live to tape episode from our hotel room, I imagine. But so here we want to go out with a bang. We'll have a little laugh as we've kind of hit a plateau, I guess. This one is a game called Impact Dictionary, as I just said. First 1 to 10 points wins. So there's 3 columns, 1, 2, and 3 point related. Does that make sense? 1 point, 2 point,
Yes.
3.
It's like Jeopardy.
And then there's 5 questions underneath them. Okay, so we have 15 in total. However you want to, they are by difficulty. 1, 2, and 3 are how I perceive them as difficulty. You choose. So Max, if you want to do 4 or 3 threes in a row and then a 1, you win in 4 turns. You know what I mean? But when they're gone, they're gone. We'll make it happen here. Does that make sense? Yeah. Am I wording that right?
Yes.
So first 1 to 10 wins. And what is Impact Dictionary? Impact Dictionary is this. If I say, and we're trying to leave it on a positive note, so none of them are going to be that negative. But if I were to say he pulled a Jeff Hardy, you would say,
Showed up high to a pay-per-view?
ding, ding, ding. There you go. So them are common things that we use amongst friends. I think maybe you and your friends have different ones from different companies, or this company, or from a long time ago, or whatever it may be, inside jokes about things. But these are just what I think, looking at the Impact roster of old and new, some funny things we could just joke about here. Okay? Makes sense? Okay. All right, Craig. I'll let you let you go first, because I hope we're not lost in translation, but you know. So would you like a 1, 2, or 3?
I think I'll try 2.
2. Okay, this is for 2 points, Craig. And I will we'll do it for the YouTube and Twitch crowd. I will give some graphics here. The first one up is pulling a Hernandez. For 2 points, Craig. What is pulling a Hernandez?
Is this where you still working for another company but show up to work for someone else?
Craig, you're right. 2 points for Craig. Wow. Nicely played. Nicely played. Okay. All right, Max, 2-0. 2-0, it's your choice.
I'll go for a 1-pointer.
Okay. He's playing it safe here. Playing it safe. All right. Let's see. Your next one up is Elix Skipper. He pulled an Elix Skipper.
Is it after you leave, you go work at what does he manage? Is it an Applebee's?
Whoa. No. We said these are not positive, but they were funny. I mean, everyone has a job. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I did it for you. Come on, you know. But come on, man. Is that you just for that? Okay, Craig, you want to take a guess on that to steal his point? You're an asshole.
Is it way to something huge that gets replayed over and over and over again for years?
You know, that's not correct, but I'll give you the point anyways, just in protest of Max's douchiness. 3 points. It was pretty close. It was, he didn't practice. It's just walking the cage. If you walk a cage, that's for life an Elix Skipper. It's got to be. All right.
I feel like mine's better.
Max, you're losing, so I'll give you another opportunity here.
No, it's Craig's turn.
Well, that's how it works, right? And okay.
He stole mine, so now it's back to him.
Correct. 3, 2, or 1.
I'll go for a 2 again.
Okay. This is no, it's not my favorite game, but this is pretty fun. Ooh. For 2 points, Craig. What is pulling a Brian Kendrick?
Is it where you try to become a cult leader, just sit there, wait, and just do nothing, watch until you tagged in, until you tag yourself in?
Close, but he is doing well. I can't say anything. Max, you get the chance to steal here. Yeah.
It's where you're so bad you make people wish Abyss was the X Division champion.
Oh my god! No.
Oh dang! See, I like my version of this game so much better.
Man, I'm trying to be all positive today. No. If I should go back and forth with both your answers. It's when you fall asleep on top of a cage and you and then you come out at the end and you do something. Come on, guys. Come on. All right, Max.
I'm really waiting for the point of Sanjay Dutt. Is that a 1 point question?
It's not in here. I made it. That would be too easy. It'd be It would be too us. That's not fair.
It's where you It's where you go with your backflip foot stomp and crush some dude's nuts.
Yeah. That was a rough.
That was
Rashad Cameron.
Rashad
Cameron.
Yeah.
It was a rough day for that guy.
Rashad Cameron.
We'll go with another 1 pointer. I'm enjoying my version of this game much better than.
Well, it would be you to get this one. All right. Max, I feel like your version might be right for once in here.
Okay.
For 1 point, what's pulling a Hulk Hogan?
Is this where you can't walk? You can't climb into the ring, so you have to make sure that they completely restructure the stage. No, you can't climb into the ring, so you make them put a ramp, so you don't have to climb up the steps.
It is the truth that we would accept that, but it's not the right answer. Craig.
Okay.
Is it where you try to run another company into the ground and then hire your daughter to just be there for the sake of it?
You guys were close. But it was being racist. Being as a Hulk.
Oh, I was going to go with
racist. He's a racist. Don't care what you say. Don't care if you put him with Titus. He's a racist. All right. I'm going to get sued. Allegedly a racist. No, he's on tape. All right.
It's no alleged. It's not alleged.
Sue the people who released the tape. Still a racist. It's Craig's turn.
All right. It is 3 for our listeners. It is 3-0. Still Craig. First 1 to 10.
I'll try another 2.
He's going for the 2s. All right. Craig's going to take another number 2. What is pulling of Vince Russo? For 2 points.
Putting everything on a pole.
It's a good answer, but unfortunately it is incorrect. Max, for 2 points.
Vince Russo strikes again.
What is a Vince Russo?
So I don't think he rehashed storylines that he used in WCW. Is this when you come in and are actually much better at your job than people give you credit for?
It's a fair point, but incorrect as well. It's a swerve. It's a one-word answer. Swerve. You pull a swerve, you pull a Vince Russo. You pull a swerve. Come on, guys. 3-0. Riveting. This will be the score of the England-Italy game tomorrow.
I'll go for 3-pointer.
Pointer.
Trying to catch.
All right. Max, I think this is your chance. Max, what's pulling an Eli Drake?
This is when you climb up the ropes and go to pose and fall off.
You are correct. You're correct.
I knew that.
Ding, 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 ding. Climb the ropes and
then you make people question whether or not you're high or drunk.
and then your attire has
your attire is also
nose
atrocious.
ring.
It looks like you borrowed it from some kid outside before the event.
Oh, we got a tie game here, guys. Riveting.
Just
I
like
thought it was
the Italy game.
I thought it was crying and quitting after you've been told you're going to lose to a woman.
Oh man.
Nah, Eli's. Hey, let's not disrespect Eli. He was amazing.
We already shit on this.
Now he's a porn star on NXT.
All right, Craig. I believe it's whose turn? I don't even know. Nonsense.
It's Craig's turn.
It's my
We have
turn.
4 threes left. We have 2 2s and 3 1s.
I'm gonna take a risk and go for a 3.
Okay. Craig. Impact Dictionary for 3 points. We're just pulling a Ric Flair. This is a more common one, I think. I feel like.
Yeah, this could be anything.
I'll give you a hint. It's so common that Taz even used it while commentating on a TNA pay-per-view.
I haven't seen an awful lot from Ric Flair TNA run.
I'll also give you a hint. It's not specific to TNA. Taz did not call it while Ric Flair was wrestling. He called it a Ric Flair during the show.
Called it I don't know. Taking a delayed bump, like just walking around and falling flat on your face.
Flop. That's okay. Incorrect, but a valid answer. Max?
Is this where you retire and then come back to wrestle, and then retire and then come back to wrestle, and then retire and then come back to wrestle?
Also a good answer, but not it. Craig, back to you.
Oh, dang. No, you just tell us the answer.
Right? Didn't we do back and forth?
We each get one
Is
guess.
that what it was? My bad.
Yeah.
It's showing your ass during a match. It's pulling a Ric Flair.
Nice. Okay.
Pulling a Ric Flair.
I will go with another 3-pointer.
Did Taz call it a Robbie E? Is that the call?
No, Taz called it a Ric Flair.
He called it a Ric Flair.
He's like, it was Sacrifice. I don't know the pay-per-view. Don't quote me, but it was one of the Pope's first matches, and it was against Suicide, who was played by Kazarian at the time, and he was trying to get backstage. It was a great match. We were disappointed in how it was booked, and then we were like, oh, this is wonderful. It started the pay-per-view. Awesome shit. And Pope's pants almost, his ass almost came out, or did come out. Taz like, oh, he's pulling a hell. It's a Ric Flair. All right, Max, what did you
3-pointer.
All right, Max, what's pulling a sting?
Pulling a sting? That I don't know.
To be fair, you didn't know a lot else, so.
I mean, all the ones I've said were actually
They're
correct.
good answers.
You just
They're good
chose
answers.
not
You're
to
right.
acknowledge them.
Fair enough. It's subjective.
I have no clue what pulling a sting is.
All right.
Is this doing a lazy ass? Is this not sitting down on your submission moves?
Not that negative.
See, because it should have been, or some lazy ass face paint.
Both valid options. Or forgetting your face paint
once again,
and then someone has to run to the corner store to get you clown paint right before the pay-per-view. Craig.
So we're trying to be positive here, yeah?
I mean, that's a.
we say that, but pulling Hulk Hogan was being
that's one
so
person that's all we're allowed.
I feel like G lied to us, so all my answers should be.
Nah, yours are Depressing.
I'll go positive. It's probably wrong, but is it being the face of a company almost 10, 15 years apart?
Ooh.
Two different companies.
That's a good answer.
Craig. Very thought out and very nice, but no. It was him wearing a T-shirt at pay-per-views when he didn't work out. So
Oh, this is positive. Sting being a fatty.
I didn't say he was a fatty.
and not
I just said he would wear
refusing to
T-shirts,
remove T-shirt.
and you knew that match wasn't going to be that great. You knew that. That's
Okay.
fair.
Yeah. Magnus comes to mind.
Critical Sting carrying an inebriated wrestler through a match.
Oh,
All these are
cool.
great stings.
All right. Once again, subjective. Max, isn't it your turn or is it?
Oh, it's Craig's turn. I went for another
Okay.
3. I'm over here. My shooting percentage is like Ben Simmons.
Oh,
I
my
can't
God.
hit anything.
Yeah. Just so I can get a lead, I'll go for
Go
one.
for one. All right, Craig. Hold on. I'm hoping for you on this one. Craig, what is pulling a Dixie Carter?
Is it using your parents' money to open a wrestling company, but then just don't, and then just try and take it over?
Unfortunately not. Max?
I'm gonna list a couple things. It could be sending random people autographed pictures because they've ordered all the pay-per-views. It could be sleeping with the wrestlers.
Okay.
It could be
Nonsense.
I think those are the two that I'm thinking about. I think one of those is a solid one. Could also be running a very profitable company into the ground.
Oh, my Lanta.
Is that no?
No.
What about chasing off all your
Why
top
don't you
stars?
just get a damn point? Pulling a Dixie Carter. Oh, no, not what.
See?
To the people in the YouTube
So
cassette.
what's the quote unquote correct answer?
Critical Sting 17 is right. Also see Tony Khan. It's pulling a Dixie Carter is overhyping a surprise.
Okay.
I thought it was sleeping with the wrestlers, but
Max, 1, 2, or 3.
I'm gonna go with 1, like Ben Simmons and Giannis. I'm hoping to make 1.
I think you got this one. Might
Okay.
take me a second to type. Max, what's a consequences creed?
That's when you
Doesn't
get
fit.
hit. I think it's get hit in the nuts and then throw up in the ring.
Max, you got yourself a point. It is throwing.
Yes!
It is throwing up in the ring. Also see Shane Douglas. All right, Max.
Italy takes the
Oh, are you
lead.
representing Italy and he's representing? Oh, this is good.
I'm assuming
You gotta
so.
pull your keeper, guys. Let's see.
I mean, let's be realistic. If it's a 4-3 game, it's the highest scoring soccer game in the history
Not
of the
when
world.
we played.
That's true.
I mean, United won 9-0 last season.
Who was that against?
Southampton, I believe.
It doesn't count.
Yeah.
They're garbage.
All right, Craig, you're up. You're down 4 to 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Let's go 2.
Okay. So this one as well, I feel, is a more known one. What is pulling a Jeff Jarrett in TNA?
Is it? Again, this could be anything. I have to go. Oh,
Craig for 2 points.
yes, pressure. Let's go with. Oh, this is a really tough one.
Craig over here rolling around on the ground trying to extend the eat up time.
Come on, Craig.
All right. Okay. Let's just go with. See, I don't know because after what we told last,
You either get a guess or
I know what I'm going with.
Just find this smashing a guitar over everyone who gets in your way.
well, a good choice.
This is stealing another wrestler's wife.
You're both wrong. No.
Right? Bullshit, I'm wrong. We got the worst judge in the world.
We lost the rights to TNAIW After Dark. We can't talk about naughty things on here, Max. Okay? All right. The answer was also C, Triple H, or C, Hogan. It's booking yourself, as Critical Sting said, as Thanos. You are the man.
See, I feel like we got the refs from the NBA Finals over here judging these things, man. Just missing everything.
My God, your ref.
I need some VAR on this.
What's that?
Someone get the VAR.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. We need to get some video
Oh, my
review
God.
on some of these answers because these things have been on point, and I just haven't been getting points. And Craig too.
well, they're not correct answers. What do you want me to do? Who's up?
Me, I'll go with a 3-pointer. Oh, that dude got knocked the fuck out.
Max,
Yes.
what is pulling a Drew Galloway?
Drew Galloway? Is that when you come to Impact and completely rehabilitate your image and go from being average to an absolute star?
You're correct. Ding, ding, ding. It is, if you pull a Drew Galloway, you come to Impact as a jobber and you leave a star and you go back and win a championship. You are a perceived star.
I mean, he was intercontinental champion before that.
No.
So was Zack Ryder.
No.
Doesn't mean
He was
the chosen one, and then he was playing air guitar with
excuse me. 3MB has 2 former world champions in it.
I won't hear anything said against 3MB.
Like 3MB is basically the NWO.
They're the BWO.
They have 2 former world champions.
So true. BWO had no right to draw any money, but they did.
Like when
they're
Heath
they're just like them.
the
See?
Impact World Championship,
Oh my!
all 3 of them will have been world
Won't be
champions.
acknowledged. Drew's wasn't acknowledged. All right, Max is in the lead, 7-3. Craig, there are only
Italy's opening up the game.
There are only 6 points left on the board, so you kind of got to go with it, my friend. Go for it, rather.
Yeah. All right. Go for 3.
Okay. Craig, what is pulling a homicide? Think about it.
Is it trying to escape a ridiculous cage and getting stuck?
Craig, coming back like
Uh-oh.
a bad case of scoliosis. Good job, Craig. Oh, wow, you nailed it. Good job. 6-7. This is good.
Just like herpes, you can't keep Craig down.
Max, there is a 1 and 2 pointer left. If you choose the 2 and you take and you get the correct, then you are the winner.
I'll go with the 2-pointer.
He's going for guts and glory. Is that what it is? All guts. We'll see if he gets the glory. All right, 2. Let's see. This is a riveting game. Craig, I was rooting for you. What is pulling an Austin Aries?
There could be a lot of
wisely.
things. But is this after you lose a match, you then no-sell it, flip off the camera, and walk out?
For the win. You are correct. It is.
Kobe!
It is.
I mean, did he no sell it or did he just stop selling it?
I mean, what's the
Right.
difference, right? What's the difference? It was all fake.
He was selling it, so technically he was selling it.
Okay. Do you want me on a technicality? How would the? Okay.
Nope. I'm drinking my Victory Truly Strawberry Lemonade hard
I just
seltzer.
watched the tape.
The The Brits have been winning on technicality for years, so I'll take anything.
Just like the rest of the time, the Brits fail to capture the prize.
Just for a comeback story, I'm going to put it in review and say that it's 7-7. This is alternate universe. What if, right? Okay, so Craig, it is 6-7.
So hold on, you gave this man the last game.
You won.
After
You won.
I was
Max
correct.
won. I'll put it on Twitter. Does that make you happy? I'll make you a plaque. I'll put a shirt on. You'll wear it at Slammiversary. How about that?
There you
Craig,
go.
this is alternate world. It's 6-7 for the tie. For a cliffhanger to next episode, whenever that may be. Here's your 1 point.
Okay.
What's pulling a Scott Steiner?
Calling everyone a fat ass.
Is this doing the most phenomenal math problem in the history of the world on live TV in only one take?
Well, that is good. And that could be very true, but pulling a Scott Steiner is closer to what Craig said, which is just saying whatever the hell's on your mind. Shoot interview he's the king of the shoot, the original shoot. So in this alternate universe, it is 7-7, but in reality, it's 9-10. Italia wins.
Woo!
My ancestors would be proud.
But we're
rooting for England. We're rooting for England. All right. Did we like that game?
I enjoyed it, even though you got a lot of the things
None of the
wrong,
games make sense. They're nonsense. So it doesn't matter who wins or loses. It's just about having laughs and you guys making up stuff off of it. Sometimes funnier than what I would have put. So kudos.
We're going to start using some of mine. Like pulling a Brian Kendrick, just being so bad you make people wish Abyss was the X Division champion.
We do not condone that behavior, Max. We want to be on YouTube TV, Max.
Oh, there was a network error. Hold on. I don't know if that's us or I think Twitch may have kicked us off.
Did it? You guys still with us? Twitch, we love you, Twitch.
Oh, no,
Okay,
it's
there
back.
we go.
Okay. It just kicked me off.
It doesn't like it. It's probably for them horrible answers. It's just.
I don't think so. I think they were all
Oh,
right.
guys. All right. So let's recap. That was a fun game, though. Let's kind of just recap overall. This is our last show before Slammiversary. Obviously, there's Craig will do the spiel at the end. Obviously, go like, subscribe, all that stuff. Numbers are goals. We appreciate it. Chat group, the 15 we're going with to Slammiversary, or any new friends out there that don't have anyone to go to Slammiversary with, are going solo or even in a couple or group, whatever. Like us or not, listen to us or not, hit us up. We'll add you to the group. We have little games and little shit prepared and everything ready for us to all kind of break the ice and have a good time. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and if you, if any of you guys want to get involved in this little project we have, just simply record a 10-second video of yourself telling us your favorite match or moment from Slammiversary. Any Slammiversary you want, let us know. Send it to us, talking nonsense about IW@gmail.com, and we'll put it in a little video. On the lead up to Slammiversary next Saturday. We may post a few to our Twitter, so we'll get involved in this. Just hit us up on Twitter or Facebook. Drop us a comment if you want. Just let us know. Just let us know if you want to be involved in that, and we'll sort something out.
For those listening and choosing to rightfully not watch what we do with our faces in imagery, Max has a bunch of grown furry men dressed as lions.
Go England!
Flag.
3 lions.
Yes, sorry.
3 lions.
Well, there's only 2 in the picture.
Yeah.
Oh, Max,
Mine's
you're the
third
third
one.
lion. Sorry. Okay.
Come on now.
It's the mama bear pop. No, lions. Never mind. What are they, cubs? All right. Well, anyways, it was a fun show. Yes, Hakeem brings up a great point. Thank you, Hakeem. To those who will be going to the Slammiversary show, safe travels. Enjoy the show. If we don't talk to you beforehand, please reach out to us for Craig's project.
We'll meet up. We'll grab something to eat.
Maybe
drink.
we'll bring you guys the Coyote Ugly. I don't know. It was a good time. And then, yes, be sure to check out his Slammiversary predictions, all that stuff. Follow us on Twitter. We retweet everything that you should watch, and then I'm sure there's more out there. So put it to our attention, and we'll definitely support them as well. We're all about community. We're looking for new shows, and we're going to be expanding after Slammiversary on some things with us, and hopefully add to there. Subscribe to YouTube, TNAIW. Thank you. Craig, why don't you send us off here?
Yeah, so you know what to do by now. Just follow us everywhere we're at. We appreciate it. Just do what you can. And I guess we'll see you all next week for some more nonsense.
Bye, guys. I'll see you after Slammiversary. No spoilers. Bye.
Later, guys.